Three.
Welcome back to Light Breakfast Chats with
Shayla and
Amy. So, this is a podcast where we talk about heavy topics over your light breakfast.
so we have one episode out already.
Please go watch. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. Please like. I think we only have like 8 views right now.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
But it's okay.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
So, how was your week?
My week, it was good. I was a little stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Work stresses me out. Pero a quien no, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
But one thing that did make me happy this week was actually at work. So I do visits for my job, and I was visiting a client and one of the nurses, and the nurse was a little stressed.
As usual.
As usual. I think nursing is
I think
very stressful
it is.
job. So this client has behavioral problems, and we were literally there for like an hour, and she was just venting. Y a la final de todo, she was just like, "Thank you for listening. I really needed that." Y pude sentir como ese alivio
Yeah.
que ella sintió, and
It was
eso,
just nice.
yeah, me hizo sentir happy. Yeah.
So, what type of nursing? I don't know if you said that. Did you just say that? What type of nursing do you do? Because there's a lot of different things that you can do with them.
So, I'm a pediatric nurse. All
Mhm.
my experience is with peds. So we work with little kids, and we do home care. So we take care of our kiddos in the home
Mhm.
setting.
That's good.
So how is yours?
Mine is good. Also stressful. Actually, less stressful this week. I had a good week. In the beginning of the week. So we do this thing in school where it's like you're on call for the day, and it's basically like the nice professors tell you when you're on a call, and then the other ones sometimes they just call your name randomly, and it's basically like you have to answer their questions, and like you're the one talking, right, with another group of like 4 or 5 students. So that happened to me on Monday, and I was a little scared because it was the first time that happened to me this year. But so I was a little scared, whatever. I was preparing for that, and literally, as it went fine, like it went fine. The professor asked me like really easy questions, and then as soon as my class ended, I checked my email, and I got an email that my second class had been canceled for the week. Well, not canceled, but moved to Zoom. And so I was really happy because I just went home. Yeah, I just chillaxed, and so it was an easier week, Monday and Wednesday. And then yeah, so it was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
They
Less
started doing
stressful.
more virtual stuff after COVID. I think
Yeah.
everything kind of shifted.
And especially right now, I think the cases are going back up.
Yeah, they
Right?
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
They are. So be safe.
Be safe. Wear your mask when you have to wear your
Yeah.
mask. Yeah, type
I'm
of
not
thing.
a.
I'm not a mask
This
person.
is this is a controversial topic, but I'm not like obviously when COVID was raging, like we wore
Yeah.
masks, and I think you were required to.
Yeah. Hasta like ya ahorita recién, like hace unos meses tal vez, meses, they were like,
Yeah.
it's not a requirement anymore. It's
Yeah.
like highly recommended, but not a requirement. It
Yeah.
depends on the setting of where you work.
That's true. Yeah, I've honestly I don't wear masks when I'm on mostly. Well, I don't wear personally I don't wear masks, but I started thinking about wearing them like on the train and on the subway because one of my friends recently, well not recently, like maybe 2 weeks ago, she got COVID again, and she thought it was like the subway, and I understand that because just sometimes it's so packed,
and it's
so
closed.
packed,
Yeah. So
it's so packed. It's just crazy, especially at a specific time.
No,
I just
but-
remember, hold on. I just remember especially at a specific time, bro, when people are coming right out of work, like it's musty. It's musty, and it's just so bad because you're like enclosed, like there's so many people. Wear your masks.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah.
Y la máscara te ayudará keep
Yeah,
the odor
keep
out.
the odor out. God. No, sometimes it's crazy.
No, and what I was gonna say is with COVID, I mean it's kind of expected for the cases to go up because it's also like flu season, so it's expected. It's not anything that we weren't ready for,
Yeah.
prepared for,
Prepared
I
for.
guess. Yeah.
And now I think it's like it's not like COVID, like if there's no like scare around it. I feel like mostly unless there's like you have certain health.
Like if you're
Yeah,
immunocompromised type of
yeah,
thing, yeah.
yeah. And in those cases, yeah, I completely understand. I think I had a professor last semester. Well, I found out this semester that he moved last semester like all online, half of like in the middle of the semester, and then this semester we found out that it was because he had an ¿cómo se dice? Inmuno.
He was immunocompromised.
Yeah. Well, he had a kid that was like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, con razón. I feel like if your kid or I don't know somebody that you know that you live with, is obviously take all of the precautions necessary.
Yeah.
So
Stay safe. Stay safe.
stay safe. Stay safe. Yeah.
Random.
Super random. We got into COVID. Not planned.
Not planned at all.
Yeah.
So, we talked about what made us happy.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself? Well, we're going into the tema.
Yeah, the
ahorita.
topic.
So
What is the topic for today?
the topic for today is emotions.
Emotions. How to manage your emotions.
Yeah.
How to suppress. No, just
No,
kidding.
no. How to
How
control
to
them.
control them. Yeah. How to control your emotions because they're crazy.
They are.
And they catch you by surprise.
They do.
Sometimes in the moment where you least expect it, you're like, whoa.
Y cuesta aceptar what you're feeling.
Exactly. It's not easy
No.
to manage your emotions. It's easy to feel your emotions, but to manage them, it's very difficult. So,
So, do you consider yourself an emotional person?
so
I'm gonna answer that for her. She is not an emotional person.
tell them what you tell them what
Exactly.
you think of Shayla.
When I think of Shayla, this is what I think.
She says I'm not an emotional person. And the funny thing is that she asked me that, or we were talking about it in the car, and you were like, well, whatever. Like, we literally said that same question, and I said yeah, and you were like, no.
Okay,
no.
She's not.
I mean, I think I do, like, I feel like I feel my emotions, but, I don't know, like.
I feel like you got, like, como que sí sabes como
Control sometimes. Sometimes I can't.
Which
Sometimes,
is normal también.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
normal.
But
yeah, now guys, when you think of Shayla, just think.
And it's so funny because I think that's a little bit of both of my parents in me. Because I have one parent that's a little bit more like. Okay, so we had a little interruption.
Like
a little technical difficulties. My phone, an alarm went off. So, but what were we saying?
You're talking about your parents.
Oh yeah. Okay, so one of my parents is like very like. Well, both of them can be, I think, like very like not. I don't even know what does this mean. Like
I don't know. como bien rígida.
Yeah, like to the point, like straight, you know. So,
there's no fluff type of thing.
That's true. So yeah, I think both of my parents have a little bit of that, and also like my father is a little bit more like comprensivo, I guess. I don't know if that's the word.
I don't know, because cuando te digo que eres, no te estoy diciendo que no eres comprensiva, sino como que rígida, lo que es lo que tienes que hacer, es lo que tienes que hacer,
true.
like, yeah.
Okay, in that point, yeah, then I consider myself like that.
Yeah,
like I feel like there's no.
And that's why I say que tienes como que like control over your emotions, because like you do feel, but like I mean you're like it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I do consider and I think that's why going back to last week's, I think that's why I'm very like a routine person, because I feel like lo tengo que hacer, like yeah, like I need to get my life together. Like si lo tengo que hacer. Yeah, because I'll feel my emotions, but then after a while I'm like, all right, like yeah, what's next? Yeah. So do you consider yourself an emotional person?
I'm a very nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
No emotion.
No, don't feel.
Yeah, yo no sé qué es eso. No, I'm a very, very emotional person. En las palabras de Karol G. I cry for everything.
Yeah.
So, like, cuando estoy happy, I cry. Cuando estoy triste, I cry. When I'm mad, I
Yeah.
cry. So I
Just cry.
feel like I'm an intense person.
The waterworks.
The waterworks, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need to work on.
No, I think I'm a crier. I'm okay. So maybe I just like show it less, but I do consider myself a crier too, because I also cry mostly when I'm like stressed out. When I'm mad, when I'm frustrated, when I'm stressed. When I'm sad, I cry a little bit less for sadness. Yeah.
No, yo sí lloro por todo. Por todo y
You
en todo
heard it here
momento.
first.
Viendo Caso Cerrado,
Viendo
lloro. Viendo
¿Tú sabías que yo me sé lo último, like la última parte de Caso Cerrado?
A ver,
Okay.
¿cómo?
Sea cortés, ande con cuidado, edúquese lo más que pueda, respete para que lo respeten y que Dios nos ampare. I don't even know how I learned that. I don't even watch it like that. Tal vez como desde chiquita.
Desde chiquita, yeah. Because that show's been on for like a while.
I saw on TikTok the evolution of.
Oh, I saw it too.
It was so funny. It was crazy. Ahora se ve más joven de lo que cuando empezó.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Man. Botox. It's another topic.
Okay. So yeah. So like I was
So,
saying, very emotional
very
person. I feel like I feel my emotions with
Strongly.
intensity. Like,
yeah, it's all or nothing.
it overwhelms me.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing for me.
All or nothing.
All.
It's hard. No, it is hard. So, I guess the next question is like, when is the time where you had to control your emotions?
I'm forced to control my emotions at work.
I'm forced. I'm forced.
No,
Yeah.
en el trabajo ni modo porque uno tiene que like ser profesional, you know, like you can't let them como like
You can't let them see you.
you can't let them see you. Y o sea, estaba pensando and I was like, the only emotion I could feel at work is anger, but
wonderful work environment.
No, because I'm a manager. So I have to like lead other people. Y a veces trabajar con gente
It's
cuesta.
hard, yeah. No, and I've seen that not only in work, like whenever you have to lead any type of group activity, even if it's just like going out to eat, like dealing with people is
even with a small group.
Yeah, it's
you
really
can get flustered
hard,
really
especially
easily.
if there's like a hard-headed person or a person with a strong like character.
Yeah,
es muy difícil. It's very difficult.
Yeah, porque tenés que aprender a like
y
manejar a cada persona like because their personalities are different. You can't de la misma manera que le hablas a esta persona, no le puedes hablar a esta persona. O sea, hay que buscar maneras de diferentes maneras.
Yeah.
Bueno, it's not only anger. Después estaba pensando que me estaba recordando de una situación where I was visiting a client. Mind you, these are all little kids, small kids. Y no sé, ver la condición en la que vivía este niño, no solo like medically, sino like the whole picture because you're in that person's home.
Yeah.
So you don't only see them like medically, tú ves like the whole picture, like the home, the family, the parents, the dynamic, todito. Entonces, en ese momento, like, estaba la enfermera, el niñito, y, o sea, tuve que controlar esas como ganas de llorar. I was like, I can't cry here. Like, I mean, they're gonna look at me and be like, ¿qué tienes? Crazy. So, ahí tuve que controlarlos y cuando salí de la casa sí lloré, pero adentro no.
En el carro.
En el carro lloré.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't think of that. That you literally see everything. It's a person's home.
It is a person's home.
Especially when it's like dysfunctional.
Yeah,
and, like,
todo. So sí han habido varias veces, actually, like, que salgo de las casas de estos clientes y me pongo a llorar. It's sad.
It's sad, especially knowing the kid is like that too. Like when you first started working in that stuff, I just didn't understand like how like it's difficult.
It is, yeah.
It's difficult to be in that environment.
And it's not all sad. Like for people. I want to explain that, que sí hay esos casos que son like sad, pero you do see those cases where the kids, they do progress and they end up living normal, healthy lives también.
That's good. So that's the happy
That's
emotion.
that's the happy emotion. So
Yeah.
a little bit of
A
everything.
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
¿Y tú?
For me? Me? No, I think mostly it's school right now. I feel like all of my things are about school because it's just my life at the moment. There's not much else. With school, I think it's just like stress. It's stress management, I feel. And it's so funny because literally my professor, like we were talking about like stress just in general, and they were like it's the same small class that I talked about last week, and they were like, yeah, like you're going to be stressed now, and honestly in the future you're just going to be stressed because people call lawyer when they're going through like a bad time. So it's just like stress upon stress, but it's just learning how to manage your stress, and I think that's usually where my strongest emotion comes from. Is just from being in places where like you're stressed and you're overwhelmed because you don't know what to do. So like in school I have a pretty heavy workload, but also I do church. So it's like trying to manage like both of them, and then outside of that, more personal relationships. So I think there are times where you feel like literally like you're not doing enough in one place, you're not doing enough in another place, you're not doing enough in another place. So it kind of just all like comes, and but stress is usually my my downfall. So how to control? How to control? I guess just really talking about it, like talking about like what I'm going through and like figuring out a way to relieve the stress. So that's
Or the emotion.
or the emotion, yeah.
How do you relieve it?
Working out. Even though ahorita like it's been harder to work out for me. But working out really helps relieve stress. And like I said, talking about it.
Yeah, a mí definitivamente the working out, especially like I told you guys, I've been doing kickboxing. It's cardio kickboxing, so just punching that bag después del trabajo, like all that stress que tú sentís, like just going. Cuando estoy enojada también, cuando estoy enojada con alguien, just put the picture right there in the back.
Jab cross jab.
No, yeah. So for me, it's definitely the working out.
Yeah, definitely.
Cuando estoy like, I guess it depends on the emotion también.
Yeah.
Because if it's anger or stress, working out. Yeah. Pero cuando estoy triste, deprimida, llorando, I don't want to work out.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything.
And then when I'm triste, deprimida, llorando, I guess my go-to is talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, finding somebody that you can trust and like knowing that because sometimes you don't even want to like you go into the I don't think this is particularly good, but you go into those phases where you literally do not even want to hear like from anyone, and you just want to like talk. You know, like you just want to like let it out. And so finding somebody that's willing to just listen is like it's good. It's good.
Oh, ahorita me acordé, Grey's Anatomy. I think that's what they did. ¿Cómo se llama? Meredith, right? Main character.
You watch it more than I do now.
No, but I stopped recently. Okay, so then Meredith, y cómo se llama her best friend, Christina. I think when they were sad, they would just randomly get in the middle.
Yeah, and
dance.
Yeah. That's good too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Una vez hice eso.
See? You probably thought you were crazy.
I was in my room y sí estaba como triste. And then I just remembered Meredith and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to stand in the middle and jump in there.
Did you feel better?
I did. Yeah. I did feel better.
Yeah.
It was good.
Sometimes you just need to distract yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's suppression, but
it might be a little suppression.
Oops. But yeah. Also, I think for like another thing that I had written down is like if you're like religious or anything is to pray.
To pray.
Yeah, that's that's what helps me too the most. It's like because sometimes like you don't even want to like you literally do not want this happens to me. This is like I don't know, like this is why I say like I do feel like I'm a very emotional person because sometimes I get home and I'm so tired and I like it's bad, I admit. I accept that it's bad, but I don't want to see, hear, or like talk to a single person. Like I just want to be by myself. Like I don't want to. Like I literally don't even want. Like it's bad. I don't even want to like see anybody. And it's sad because obviously, like I live with my parents. Like you know, they end up getting the worst part of it. But like also like just praying, I think it calms you. And at the same time, like you're talking about it, so you're like letting it out.
Yeah. Y
So,
con
yeah.
eso también, saying letting it out,
Mhm.
también está lo de que dicen también journaling.
Journaling, yeah.
Y como, o sea, if you don't want to talk about it, then just
Write it.
write it out.
Mhm.
You know, like decir todo lo que sentís, cómo te sentís, what caused it too. We were
Yeah.
talking about how it's very important to know what triggers
Your
those
emotions.
emotions and make them go.
We have an inside joke where it's like whenever somebody's mad, it's like how do you say fósforo in English?
Like a match?
Yeah, like turning on like a match, prendiendo el fósforo, and you know when you turn it on, it's like
You know,
so, yeah,
sparkling.
a little sparkling. So whenever
Pew,
somebody,
pew, pew.
yeah, whenever somebody's mad, it's just like pew, pew, pew.
Or fireworks.
Yeah, the flames, the flames. But yeah, so journaling. Yeah, y me estabas contando también que en el trabajo they tell you to like write the email, right?
Yeah, so en el trabajo, like when you work with other people, a veces you just
anger.
Anger.
The anger comes.
Anger comes and wants to take control. But what's that? So when they're talking about like emailing and they're like, if you're gonna reply to someone and you feel very strong about something, they say just write it out, and after you're done writing it out, like step back, like go get a drink, come back, read it over, and ya te vas a dar cuenta que what you had written down is not actually what you want to say.
Exactly.
Just be careful and don't
say things.
and don't do the send button.
Maybe don't put it in your email. Maybe open up another thing.
Yeah.
Just because that would be really bad.
Yeah.
If you sent that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So then yeah, that's what they recommend at work.
At work.
Yeah.
So we talked about describe a time where you had to control your emotions. So how do emotions affect your life if you're not able to manage them?
Well, emotions affect your relationships.
Yeah.
Friendships, families, your personal
like
partner. Yeah. If you have kids.
Yeah.
With your kids,
crazy.
yeah. With your parents, todo. So yeah.
So no. So going back to like the email thing, like you find yourself, if you're not able to control your emotions, like you find yourself hurting people.
You do.
And usually it's the people that you most care about.
Es porque I think que esas emotions, those uncontrollable emotions, solo lo causan a personas that you're close to. O sea, like your like close relationships. Because obviously si alguien más te dice algo que no te gustó, no te vas a enojar. Así como incontrolable, ¿me entiendes? Brush it off and be like whatever, you know? Yeah. Pero if someone else that like como que si fueras tú y me dices algo, me voy a poner a chillar.
¿Quieres pelear?
¿Quieres pelear? No, o sea, so that's it.
That's just something. Yeah. Yeah. So like like reading from personal experience, like usually it's anger. Like you say things that you don't like, you look back and you're like, dang, like I messed up. Like I shouldn't have said that. Or like a mí immaturely me pasa like it's bad. I think I've ever said this, but like when I'm pissed off at someone, like I want to get back. Revenge. No, it's really bad. Like
y
obviously,
yo lo único que digo es hay un Dios.
Hay un Dios. No, it's bad. Like for example, like I just want them to like be pissed because they made me pissed. You know, no, but it's really bad. Obviously, that's something that I have to work on. I also accept. But no, like
and going to accepting with these emotions, lo más importante también is to accept what you're feeling.
Exactly.
Acknowledge what you're feeling.
Because you also can't put it back. Because al final, if you do like suppress it, si lo pones en una cajita. Yo no sé, había un show that I was watching. I don't even remember. Maybe it was a movie that's like, it was so bad because la persona le dijo, what do we do with our emotions? And then the other person was like, we put them in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just put them in a box, and then you just put them in a box. Like they had like separate boxes for their emotions. But at the end of the day, like you pop.
You do. It gets
like,
overwhelming. Yeah.
And then everything comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Everything comes out. So like, yeah, you just say things that you don't mean, or you do things that you shouldn't have done. And so like not controlling them becomes very bad
Mm-hmm.
for you, for the people around you, for the people that you care about. And I was just thinking right now, like with kids, like that's crazy. like
How come?
like with kids, like I was just thinking, literally the thought just came out, like I'm definitely not ready to be a mother. I'm definitely not there yet. Because like you're like raising like a life, and at the end of the day, like what you show that person, like it's gonna be who they are. Because even thinking back to the beginning of this conversation where I was like, well, my mom is this way and my dad is this way, like, so I have a little bit of both. That happens literally to everybody. We're half of our parents. So that's just crazy. That was a little rant. But yeah, controlling your emotions. So yeah. So how does it go?
No, so going back to how does it affect how like not being able to manage your emotions affect your life. También hay muchas personas que ahora en día por no saber manejar sus emociones, like they're going through like substance abuse, por decir. It can lead to that. Like si tú te pones a pensar like depression, ¿qué es lo primero que las personas fuera de Dios comienzan a like what's their go-to? Drugs, el
Drinking,
alcohol, todo eso. Y entonces I feel like it's crazy.
And it's lo mismo de no saber identificar qué es lo que te está causando sentirte así. Because uno ya al llegar a ese punto solo está confundido y quiere salir, ¿verdad? And obviously in our situation, like that's where God comes in, right? But people like obviously don't believe in God or whatever. But so there are times where you're just confused and you just don't know, like out of desperation you go to the first thing that's like the easiest, right?
Sí.
And it's just like substance abuse, and then it turns into an issue.
Yeah, because se siente como que it alleviates the problem en el momento, pero a la final I guess it's just a way to como reprimir esos sentimientos que estás sintiendo, because after like el efecto de las drogas, del alcohol, o sea, the feeling is still there. The feeling is still there.
So it's very important to identify, like, whenever you're in a situation donde estás sintiendo enojo o tristeza de una manera, o sea, que ya llega a eso, like, de ser incontrolable, like, well, what other emotions are there? Stress? Like, I don't know.
Like,
I think those are the main two.
Yeah, right? Like el enojo, la tristeza que causa como depresión, la ansiedad. Bueno, la ansiedad it could be like una causa, an effect of an emotion. Fear también is an emotion.
Fear.
Some irrational fears.
We haven't talked about that actually. Fear. But in the moment, getting back to what I was saying, like in the moment where you feel that uncontrollable like emotion, I think go back and say like be rational about it, which is the hardest part, obviously.
That comes with like eso hand in hand with maturity.
Yeah. Be rational and be like, okay, well, like why am I feeling like this? Like is why I'm feeling like this actually a reason to be like this? Is it not a big deal? Am I making it a bigger deal? Like, or even if it is a big deal, like regardless, I think it's just to take control of that antes, like before it gets worse. Yeah. Right? Because that's when we take the steps that we regret in the end. And maybe it's not an instant regret, but looking
what? I feel que me estás dando duro.
No, I'm not even saying. I'm just saying like in general. You're so silly. No, maybe not. It's not an instant regret, but like, es que nos pasa todo.
Yeah.
Nos pasa todo. Es que lamentablemente, like, dejamos que tome control
Es que, cuando
yeah,
estamos sintiendo esas emociones, going to what you're saying, tomamos decisiones que de verdad,
irrational.
irrational, que cuando, like, when you look back, you think, like, I would have never
Done that.
done that,
In the
yeah.
sound mind.
In the sound mind, yeah. Entonces, sí, es reconocer lo que estamos sintiendo
Yeah,
en ese
reconocer, like,
momento.
qué estás sintiendo, por qué lo estás sintiendo. Y creo que anotamos, like, qué es lo que quiero hacer en este momento.
Mhm.
So that goes back to your thing with the email and everything. Like, I want to say this, and this. I want to do this, and this. But taking a step back,
Mhm.
giving it some time,
Mhm.
and then what is something else I can do instead,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, like the
So,
alternatives.
alternatives.
También por eso recomiendan que when you feel like something intensely, it take like 10 seconds to breathe. ¿Me entiendes?
Exactly.
Like, respira.
Sí.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. They have a little show. Well, they have a show for little kids called Daniel Tiger.
I haven't heard.
No, yo lo conozco por mis sobrinos and mostly mi sobrina. Antes lo veía. And it's like, when they have a little song. I don't know how it goes, but it's like, when you're mad, count to 10. So literally hear that in your voice
Yeah.
whenever you get angry. When you're mad, count to 10. Because a veces uno solo necesita, like, un break.
Mhm.
Porque a veces ni es, like, if we suppress our emotions and something happens, a veces ni es eso. Ni es ese, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's not, like, that one thing.
It's something else.
It's something else.
Like, that
happened.
wasn't the root of your
Mhm.
emotion type of thing, yeah.
That happens a lot.
A lot,
Well, it
yeah.
happens to me a lot, I feel.
No, y, pues sí.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so yeah, so to recognize what you're feeling. So identify the emotion and what happened. Oh, also another thing that we haven't talked about is, like, does the other person have a reason to do what they did? Right?
To make you feel that way?
Say it's something like in between two people or people in general, like,
Mhm.
does that other person have a reason to do what they did to make you angry?
Mhm.
Because sometimes, like, no lo queremos reconocer, but we've messed up.
Mhm.
And so there's a consequence to our mess up,
Mhm.
and that consequence hurts us.
Mhm.
So, like, it's like, okay, well, do they have a reason to do that?
No, they have
Like,
no reason to make me feel that way.
No, but it's just thinking, like,
No, yeah.
putting yourself in the other person's shoes, especially if it's a conflict, like, I don't know if it's like a friend or a parent or like a
Mhm.
significant other,
Mhm.
like, taking a moment to, like, say, like, well, why did they do that?
Mhm.
Tratar de take all of the blame off of you, because sometimes, like, we are to blame.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, we make mistakes.
Mhm. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it goes, if we're talking about like a relationship, o sea, con quien sea,
Mhm.
decir en ese momento también, like, es que I feel like for me, talking it out is
Mhm.
the best thing.
It's the best thing.
Es the
Yeah.
best thing. Porque, por ejemplo, si algo pasa conmigo y mi mamá, o sea, y me hizo sentir de cierta manera, lo mejor para mí, lo que me ayuda es decirle a ella que ella me hizo sentir de esta manera.
Mhm.
And then, like, ahí pues ya se puede.
Sí.
O sea, va lo mismo de talking
Yeah.
about your feelings,
Yeah.
basically.
And also, like, something that TikTok has taught me is, like, when it does come time to, like, talk, like, obviously in that point you have to learn how to control your emotions too. And, like, because it's difficult, like,
Mhm.
sometimes you're not over, like, maybe what that one person did, or you're not over that situation just in general.
Mhm.
And so, like, sometimes talking about it, I think that's why a lot of people just, like, prefer space,
Mhm.
because sometimes talking about it, like, it just brings those things de nuevo, those feelings de nuevo.
Yeah, and going back to the emotions, there's a time and a place.
Mhm.
time and a
Exactly.
place. So, o sea, sí, como te digo, sí, para mí siento que lo que más me ayuda es hablar de lo que siento, pero también tengo que saber cuándo es el momento indicado para hablar de mis sentimientos, porque
Exactly.
pueda que ahorita me enojé contigo, pero ahorita no es el mejor momento por lo que estoy sintiendo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Y vas a causar más daño
Más daño, yeah.
que mejorar la situación.
Pero yo no sé hacer eso.
Pero yo lo sé.
Y no quiero. Mentira, sí.
Yeah. Like, it's difficult to control your emotions. I feel especially like as a woman. As a woman,
Our hormones are just
exactly. Your
woo.
hormones are crazy, and like literally, like we have like through our through our TMI, if anybody else is watching this, but through our cycle too, like
Oh my god.
like things just get crazy.
They do.
Things just get crazy, and sometimes there's like you feel like there's literally nothing that you can do. But I think a part of us always has a rational.
Like entre mujeres again, you know.
Eh.
Pero like when I just like I've texted Shayla and I'm like, I don't know why. Tengo unas ganas de llorar.
Yeah.
And the first question that she asked me, she's like, are you getting your
That's
is it that time of the month?
I think just you know too, like I know, like when somebody's more down in the dumps, like maybe it's that too, because yo también me siento igual. Obviously, when you're about to like get your period, you're more emotional
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know why God decided to do that.
Pero tampoco es una excusa for
Yeah, no, it's not.
for guys to be like como dismissive.
She's on her period.
Yeah,
like,
dismissive
no.
about someone else's
Because
feelings.
they're at the end of the day, like as a woman, like they're valid reasons.
Yeah.
Pero
it's just that they're heightened. Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect. They're heightened. So
Yeah.
obviously, like if you're gonna like say like me, like if I'm gonna argue about something on my period, like it's something that I truly feel. It just feels like it's like 10 times worse. And if you're a guy, like understand that women are a little bit more vulnerable during that time. Yeah. So life's crazy. In conclusion. No. So that's the importance, I guess, of identifying like what is wrong with you and like what you're feeling and not suppressing. Definitely not suppressing. So I think we already talked about this. What are things that we've done to help us, right? We said exercise and like journaling,
talking about it, journaling,
Yeah.
praying if you don't pray,
Yeah.
meditate,
Yeah.
whatever you do.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you do.
Yeah. So I think that, and yeah, just recognizing the root of the situation. Because if you don't recognize the root, then you're not ever going to be able to address the problem.
Yeah. And when you address the problem, tomar la decisión
to
get out of whatever is making you feel that way.
Exactly.
Yo, o sea, toda esta semana, because we were talking about el tema toda esta semana, it's not really related to emotions, pero it goes a little bit. Entonces me acuerdo de, it was Jose el que he was working for a king, right? Y después que la mujer quería con él, el pobre Jose no quería. So he just dipped. Exactly. So así me siento, así pues estoy pensando. O sea, si hay algo que te está haciendo sentir como triste, enojada, pues dip.
Dip. No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Dip. Yeah, because well, obviously, like do it like in a way that you're supposed to, you know, like don't just like ghost, but
yeah,
but yeah, like recognize that if look at the end of the day, like if it's not uplifting you, it's bringing you down, and like life is too short to be spent on situations and on people that are just gonna bring like bad things into your life. Like, because I think each of us know, like, when either a situation or a relationship is getting too difficult to handle, like, if it's something that you need to do and that you need to be in, obviously, like, control your emotions, right? I think
Mhm.
that's where you have to know the balance of controlling your emotions.
Mhm.
But if it's not something that like helps your life in any way, like why are you in that
Yeah.
situation?
O sea, ¿para qué seguir sufriendo por decir?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it
There's
goes
no
back
need.
to our first episode, like being able to tomar esa decisión, ¿no?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm. So good. And I think that goes back to fear because we didn't really address fear. We addressed
mhm.
like sadness and what else did we?
Anger.
Anger. Yeah,
Mhm.
mostly anger.
Anger.
We're angry people. No, but fear, like if you're scared, there are some irrational fears, but if you're scared maybe to start up something, or like if you're scared to get out of something, like I mean, you're not the first person that's been in that position, and you won't be the last person. And
Mhm.
I think that's something that has brought a lot of comfort to my heart, because like I'm not the first and I'm not the last. Like people have already done this and succeeded,
Mhm.
and people will get into this and
Mhm.
they will succeed. Maybe not
Mhm.
everybody,
Mhm.
but people have,
Mhm.
So you're not the first and you're not the last. So I think it's just something that that's when you have to like take control
Mhm.
and just be like, all right, like I have to face it.
Mhm.
I have to face the fear. I have to try it out. And that just kind of brought me back to, I was like, when is the last time that I've been scared? And it was probably right before starting school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've probably been scared like in other times. Well, obviously this week when I had to talk in front of my class. Well, not scared, but just a little bit nervous.
Mhm.
But no, but starting school was very scary to me, like because I don't know anybody in the field. One, no sabía qué me estaba metiendo.
Mhm.
I didn't know the city. Like I didn't know to do public transportation and everything. I take public transportation.
Mhm.
Like I didn't know any of that.
Mhm.
And so like sometimes you just gotta like jump in and be like, all right.
Yeah. Y por eso es
Like
que es tan importante poder manejar esos sentimientos porque o esas emociones, because imagine if you would have let fear take control.
exactly.
O sea, te hubiera detenido, no
Mhm.
hubieras estado haciendo lo que estás haciendo ahora.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, if we're not able to control our emotions, whether it's fear or like anger or whatever emotion, like it's gonna hold you back
It is, yeah.
from doing what you're meant to be doing, from doing what you want to do. Like it's just gonna hold you back, and it's not gonna let you like keep prospering as like
Mhm.
human being,
Mhm.
because you're not gonna be mature enough to be put in difficult situations
Yeah.
where you have to manage your emotions or control your emotions.
Mhm.
Even in,
Mhm.
even in work.
Even now.
Even in work. Yeah.
Me dejaste sin palabras.
I think I talked a lot right
No, but it's all good. All
Yeah.
good, yeah. Todo lo que dijiste, tenías razón. Ahorita es cuando siento que Sheila me está.
No, like obviously, like light. I see light.
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 Suavecito.
Suavecito. No, I mean, I guess no. I am like I do struggle with my emotions, and like it's hard, but I think there comes a point where you're just like you have to do it. Like with work, like you have to do it.
Mhm.
If you lash out at somebody for some irrational thing, like you're
Puedes
gonna
perder
get
trabajo.
you're
Yeah.
gonna get fired. Like you have to learn how to control your emotions.
You do.
Yeah, overall I think, like I said, that's something that like holds us back
Yeah,
if
it does.
we can't do it. And it's very rough.
So, yo voy a empezar. No sé. I don't know. Maybe journaling for
Journaling.
me.
Yeah. It's and
Because I feel like I'm just a very, por eso te digo que me cuesta not to be emotional, because I just feel like I'm just a very,
yeah.
express,
Mhm.
as it is, expressive person. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, you need to know.
Yeah. Going back, like it's just obviously like we talked about it too. Like well, I don't even know if we mentioned it, but emotions are good.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why we have them,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And tú dijiste in your little story from or what made you happy, like a través, like through your emotion, you're able to empathize with people,
Mhm.
right? So obviously it's something that's necessary, but we have to be careful when it's like too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Porque sí es
Mhm.
bueno. I mean, it brings me happiness to be able to empathize with
Mhm.
people. And then if you're a person who suppresses that, then you're losing. Like
Mhm.
you lose that part.
Yeah. Like it makes us human.
It
It's why we're human,
Yeah.
right? It's why we're human, and it's just like learning to live with them and not letting them control your life.
Yeah.
I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Like once it starts controlling your decisions, like that's when you're gonna like
Porque cuando
be careful.
when you're a very emotional person es
Ujú.
cuando tú te vuelves fluctuante. ¿Cómo es?
Fluctuante.
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 En tu vida. So then you have those highs and you
And
have
lows.
those lows. ¿Y quién quiere vivir así?
Exactly, no one.
No one.
No one. No one. When it's high and everything is
Beautiful.
beautiful.
But then when it's low, it's low.
bad.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
Be careful with your emotions.
Be careful with your emotions.
Feel, but not too much.
Con cuidadito, con cuidadito.
¿Qué fue lo que me dijiste? El corazón es engañoso.
Corazón es engañoso. That's actually a verse in the Bible.
It is.
It's a verse in the Bible.
Because yo siento que las emociones vienen de aquí, de adentro, de
When
adentro.
you feel it with passion.
Ajá, y entonces es like tu mente
Yeah.
tiene que razonar.
This is rational. This is emotional. In my perspective,
Es que I have such a big
Yeah.
heart. That's why. God, why did you give me a big heart?
Yeah. So sometimes you need sometimes you need a little bit more emotion. Like in the situations where you have to empathize with people,
Yeah.
you can't be like closed off. Like you have to know like that person's going through like a difficult situation, or sometimes they need that side of you, right?
Yeah.
To feel empathy. But also like be rational about it. Like don't there's a saying, and I was thinking about it this week. I don't think I told you, but there's a saying that says follow your heart.
No, don't follow your
And
heart.
that's beautiful. Like I think in theory, like it's a nice saying, like follow your heart, but in reality, like I personally don't believe in it. Because at the end of the day, like your heart is where all your like emotions are, and if you let that lead you, like where you could end up, yeah, maybe in a good place, but also not in a good place if you don't take a rational decision, you know?
Sí, porque de eso estábamos hablando, que si tú te dejas llevar por tus emociones, eso estábamos hablando, que si tú te dejas llevar por tus emociones, es cuando tomas esas decisiones que a la final, if you look back, you'd be like, I would never do that if I was really thinking. Or, or si te dejas llevar por tus emociones, you can fall into the substance abuse, drogas, alcohol, y todo
and
eso.
that's really dangerous.
Really, because it's hard to
get out of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out of it, and like I think we've both seen people that are like, you know, in that realm. Like it's just difficult, and as a person that cares for that person, like, you know, there's something more.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
there's something more causing that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like that person, like,
y a la final es un sentimiento. Es un sentimiento.
Because what do people? Well, not everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do people do when they're drunk? They cry.
They cry.
O quieren pelear. Quieren pelear. Like they feel the emotion.
They do.
But heightened.
You
know? They cry. They want to argue.
Mm-hmm.
They think everybody hates them, or they hate everybody.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's an extreme. It's an extreme. But at the same time, that's where the empathy comes in.
You have to
empathize with them, that they're going through something. You know, there's only so much you can do. But you know, keep your hope up that they'll get out.
Pray to God.
Pray to God.
To help them identify
what it is and want to get out of that. Because it all comes back to like wanting
to control your emotions.
Wanting to control your emotions. Wanting
to control your emotions es un like paso a la madurez, ¿no?
Makes you
That's the goal.
That's the goal. After watching these chats, you'll be more mature.
Very, very mature.
No, I'm just kidding. I think we're both immature. in some issues. In some
In
respects.
some issues,
In
yeah.
some respects, yeah.
Overall, I think we're pretty much true.
No, I think we are. Like I would say, like there are some things can know, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's everybody. We're
Yeah.
learning.
And I think that's what makes you mature, like being able to identify what you need to work on.
Yeah, that because you recognize that you're not perfect.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do one thing we learned, or do you want to just summarize?
One thing we learned.
One thing we learned. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn?
Oh my gosh! Wow, I didn't think of this. Do you have something? Did I say something that I was gonna say?
No, I don't think so. And I said that I learned this week that sometimes you have to make decisions that make you happy, knowing that it's not going to make someone else happy.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
Yeah.
o sea, que a veces tu felicidad is not going to be la felicidad de otra persona. Yeah. And you have to choose you.
Yeah.
We always talk about not being selfish. But I think that there comes a point where you do have to think about yourself more than other people.
Because I think that just comes back to, like, especially in situations where it's like self-value. I think that's when that's really important to choose you. Like, obviously, if you're trying not to be, like, obviously that's something that you struggle with. Like, you know, like maybe like take a second. But no, in situations where like that have to do with, like, if it's it comes back to if it's holding you back, let go.
Yeah.
You know?
And when you live in a world where that's what they teach you you can't be selfish.
Yeah.
Entonces it can lead to that.
Yeah.
O sea, tú piensas, ay, tengo que pensar en esa persona, like el daño que puedo estar causando, they're not going to be happy, y todo eso. Y what about you?
Well, I'm trying to think of something that I learned. Something that I learned this week. This is so
I know
bad.
something that
This
you
is
learned.
so, yeah, I'm not saying that though. I'm not putting that out. Trust me, she did. She did have something that she really, really learned. When the time comes, you will know. The time has not come. No, something that I learned, I think I could say, learning to, I want to say plan again. I know we talked about that last week, but I feel like learning to just manage your time wisely and maybe it's because I had a little bit more time this week than I usually have, and even this weekend I think I have a little bit more time, but just learning to just properly divide yourself into like the things that you need to do. Sometimes it's hard, like for me, like I said, it's hard, but like if you plan it, like it works out. And for me, if I plan it, I have peace of mind. So I think that, and then recognizing that maybe like no siempre vas a estar ahí in every single, like, unfortunately, if you're in a busy period of your life, you're not going to be 100% everywhere. But you can make it work. So yeah, planning and
so choosing yourself and planning.
Those
are the two things that Amy and Sheila learned this week.
And you.
Yeah,
choosing yourself and planning. I feel like mine is so like, but
I guess it's because I'm an emotional person.
Mine is like, like it's because I'm trying to think, but this week, yeah, planning.
No, that's good. I think it's good.
And giving yourself rest when you need it.
Yeah.
There was like little pause, but there was a meme that my friend sent me, and it was like, some people are addicted to the grind. I'm addicted to the reset. So that's like the relax, you know.
The
I
Sunday
think
resets.
The Sunday resets. I think I'm addicted to the Sunday resets. Because a veces no dan ganas de hacer nada.
No. No, y sí eso es bien importante, el poder, like, to rest. Porque en este mundo, o en este país, vivimos una vida tan agitada.
It's like everything.
Rutina. Esto. Y más allá por allá en Nueva York.
It's crazy now. It is
Yo
crazy.
por eso es que ahí
It's
not like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Sometimes if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Like literally, anoche, I was literally thinking, and yeah, like right. So I obviously went to church last night, and like literally right before going to church, I was still rushing to like get my work done, and I literally took a moment. I was like, God, I'm rushing. I feel like I'm rushing. Like I've been rushing this whole time. Like I just don't want to rush, you know. And if I have a pet peeve, it's rushing. No me gusta. Like I guess it's obviously something that I have to work on, but I don't like to feel rushed. You know. I was like, I don't want to rush. Like I just want to be like at peace, you know. And obviously there's gonna be points in your life where you have to like, you know, it's gonna be busy.
Pero hay momentos que también, o sea, puedes decir, that can wait.
Yeah.
That can wait. O sea, eso he aprendido yo bastante en el trabajo también. To say, you know what?
That can wait.
That can wait. Like, I need to like rest. I need to sleep. I need to relax. Going back to mental health también.
Yeah. Because you have to take care of yourself, because al final del día, like in work or whatever, if you go to school, like there's only so much you can do until tú misma ya no aguantas, right? And obviously, like if you can't take it anymore, if you're so stressed out, like you're not gonna be productive at all. So yeah. Okay, we've been talking a lot. Did you see the time?
No.
I just saw it.
Actually, you wanna know? I had an irrational fear. I was just thinking ahorita que estabas hablando, I was like, crap, what if we were not recording?
No, but I saw the time, low-key, and this isn't the only clip.
Okay, yeah.
So
no más. No, but we do want to end with 2 verses.
Yeah, 2 verses that have helped. Well, low-key, one of them has helped me.
One of them has helped me too.
Yeah. So if you believe, as we do, and or maybe sometimes it's just something that you can meditate on. Like these are the 2 things that.
Sí, porque yo he visto like muchas personas que tal vez no van a la iglesia o no son cristianas y pues un versículo así es como motivación.
Helps, yeah, it helps. Think of it like as a quote. If you're not, you know, if you don't believe, but it is something that has helped us. So which one do you want to say?
First, let's say Juan 16. No, first let's say Segunda de Timoteo.
Okay.
1:7.
So you read it, yeah.
Okay, dice, pues Dios no nos ha dado un espíritu de timidez, sino de poder, de amor y de dominio propio.
Dominio propio. Do you want to say what dominio propio is for those of those
like self-control, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
self-control. Yeah. So literally, so in English, it's 2 Timothy 1:7, and it's the Spirit God gave us does not make us afraid. His Spirit is a source of power, love, and self-control. Yeah.
So in Spanish, dominio propio
is self-control.
Es poder controlar.
Yeah.
Right? Because
sorry.
Yeah, because I said like, you were like, explain qué es dominio propio, and I said self-control.
No, yeah, dominio propio is like poder manejar.
Poder manejar, yeah.
Sé uno mismo.
Yeah.
Okay. Porque a veces no, like point. Oh my god, I know we've talked so much, but like point is like sometimes you're like I can't, but realistically, like
you can.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just hard, obviously.
Te estaba mandando mensajes esta semana. I was like, I can't. And you were like, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, el segundo versículo es Juan 16:33 y dice, yo les he dicho estas cosas para que en mí encuentren paz. En este mundo van a sufrir, pero anímense. Yo he vencido al mundo.
Yeah. And I think something very nice it says here is pero anímense. Like sometimes you're waiting for somebody to make you happy, and realistically, like
But
what?
I feel like
No, I swear, that's not what I'm trying to get at. No, but sometimes just in general, like as a human, like you want something to make you happy, or you want somebody to come in, or like good news. Most of the time, like you're waiting on good news, and sometimes it doesn't happen. But regardless, like you kind of gotta like tell myself, all right, like maybe I'm not where I want to be, but that's not a reason to like be, I don't know, like be sad.
yeah.
Like, because regardless, like each of us, like we're probably maybe in a difficult situation, but we do have reasons to be happy. Like we're alive, you know.
Goes hand in hand with being grateful.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I liked on that one. And then in English, was there anything that you wanted to say?
No.
I swear that wasn't. Okay, in English, it's John 16:33, and it says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. You will have suffering in this world. Be courageous. I have conquered the world. Amen. So yeah, you wanna end us off?
End this off. End this off, Shayla.
End us off. No, so we just want to leave these things for you guys to like think about, and like if it helps you, it helps, and just kind of decir de nuevo, like we have to learn to control our emotions.
We do.
And that at the end of the day, if we don't learn how to control them and address what is causing them to be out of control, like it's not going to help us move forward if we don't address them. So yeah.
Amen.
I agree. I concur. In legal terms, is I concur.
I concur.
So yeah. So thank you again for watching. I think this one's a little bit longer than the last one.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends if you made it this far. Tell your friends. And thank you.
Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button.
Give us a like.
Give us a like. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Right? It's Light
BF Chats.
Light BF Chats. So thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We hope to see you next week.
Yay!